My family is of Pathan origin, so it's a very strict Muslim background I come from. My parents brought us up to actually, the girls staying at home, the boys were more or less allowed to do what they wanted to. When I was 16, I actually left school because of family circumstances and actually went into employment. At 21 is when I came across Jiu-Jitsu. And when I first came across it, because of the cultural differences, etc., I went home and asked my parents and said, look, I've come across this martial art and I'd like to have a go, but it's a group of men that teach. And my mum was like, oh, what are people going to say? What the neighbours going to say? What are your relatives going to say? You can't go and do this with all these strange men. They might kind of kidnap you and take you off somewhere. My dad was on the other side saying originally, if you go and do this martial art, we're going to kick you out of the house and disown you. And, there was no support in that respect. But at the same time, it's very reasonable. So if you can argue your case or, build up a case for it, then he kind of leaves you to that decision. And he never says one way or the other, like, do this or do that. It's always a case of, the right thing to do. Make the right decision. And I said to him, look, I'd like to do this. What if, for example, somebody tries to attack me and I can't defend myself? And he was like, the right decision. I'm like, yeah, I do. I'm going to stick to it. And I did. And my mum, she passed away last year, but she used to always joke when I first got my first belt. She's like, well, you've got your white belt now. Does that mean you're going to stop? I was like, no. I've got to do a yellow belt. And then it's like, when you've got your yellow belt, are you going to stop? And so forth. And then when I got my black belt, and then second dan, and my third dan, she really was very, very proud of the work that I did. And my dad is very proud as well, because people go up and say to him, oh yeah, we know your daughter, she does this, she teaches our grandkids, or she teaches our nephew, nieces, etc. So the family support me now. Originally, there was a lot of barriers and barriers to actually training, but they've seen the positiveness of actually what I've done. And certainly within Bradford, we were in the papers all the time, working within the community. And it's seen, like on a grading, when we had close to about 350 people, all different religions, cultures, etc., come together, and together in harmony as well, which is really nice to see.